Hey there to all you rebellious souls out there. It is great to have you here. I'm truly excited to inspire you again today, and I hope that this podcast episode will ignite a new fire within you. So enjoy, and you know what? Feel free to reach out if I can support you in any way. Have a good one. Hey folks, it's amazing to have you here in this next episode. So I'd love to inspire you today. And that brings me to the very topic of this podcast is how to inspire. And especially when you're not feeling it. So that's why the title of this podcast is 5 Ways to Inspire When You're Uninspired, because I'm going to give you 5 golden nuggets that hopefully will help you to revive that level of inspiration in you. And why is this important? Because to build a personal brand is all about being an inspiration. When you feel that you have this gift inside of you, when you feel that you have a message and you've, accumulated all this experience over the years, then you want to share that gift with the world. You want to share your magic. And one of the most important ways to share this is to create content, to make yourself visible, whether it's through podcasts, videos, written content, books, courses, anything that we're really creating and putting out there for our market is part of our brand, and our message will completely be immersed in all of those products. Our message will come through in everything that we do. Now, obviously, there's different levels, but we are here to make sure that everything that we put out, from content, free content to paid courses, that it's inspiring. But to create content that is inspiring when you're not feeling it, oh, that's so shitty, especially if you've reserved all this time and space and you're ready to make your magic, and then you wake up in the morning and you're not feeling it. So what do you do in that case? I have those moments. I have those days when I wake up and I have a full week scheduled. Like, there's space. There's enough time for me to work on what I want to work on. And I wake up and I'm like, ugh, can someone just please let me sleep for a week or just let me do some gardening or be in nature or cuddle with my niece or whatever it is that I want to do. That's not work. So I sometimes just don't feel that level of inspiration, even though I know that, there is this message boiling inside of me. And this was exactly the process that inspired me to start this podcast, because creating content is something that, it asks a lot of us. It asks of us that we dive into our experience and our knowledge, and that we express that in a way that actually goes straight to the heart of the people that we want to help. And I'm hoping that right now you're also recognizing what I'm talking about, that there is that desire to inspire, that there is that need to really serve, but sometimes you also wake up in the morning and you're like not feeling it. Now, there is, of course, the strategy of simply pushing through and sucking it up. Absolutely. But I'm here to also give you 5 other ways that will help you to get that source of inspiration from the inside out, so that way you can actually transfer all the knowledge and the wisdom that you have in a way that, helps people. So let's dive in. So the very first tip that I have for you is, when you feel uninspired, it is usually based on this internal state. It could be that you're feeling tired, lethargic. You're just not in it at that moment. Very often it is our body, our physical state that has a big influence on that. So the question is now, what are you literally doing in that moment? What is your body doing in that moment? Because if your body is just laying down on the couch, then it's very inactive. There's like no movement. You can shift this by actually using your body to create movement in your whole energy circuit. So for example, if you would dance in your living room, or you're going to go for a workout, or you're going to go for a walk, chances are that using your body is going to change your internal state as well. So the very first thing that I would recommend is that you get yourself in state by activating your body. Inspiration is massively linked to how we feel on the inside. And feeling, whatever feelings are present on the inside, we can basically guide them. I'm not saying ignore or, repress the emotions that are alive. No, I'm actually saying, activate them. Whatever emotions are stuck, if you're going to just stay, in this inactive state, then these emotions are going to stay stuck. So really move that body and make sure that everything starts moving and flowing, so that you are going to change and maybe release everything that wants to be released, so that after that there will be this immense space opening up inside of you that will allow for a new space for, inspiration to arise. Literally, when we create space within our bodies, there is room for ideas to come up, for creativity to become alive. And that is one of the most important parts of building our personal brand, is to make sure that we put ourselves in the right state so that we can actually serve. So that was the very first tip that I have for you. The second one that I would like to share is know your message. And what do I mean with that? Well, what I mean is that you need to know exactly what you stand for. You need to know the main beliefs that you're going to put out there. One of my biggest beliefs is that your message is more important for your personal brand than the outside. Yeah, the looks and the perfect Instagram feed and the amazing, beautiful website, it's a cherry on the cake. It's nice, but it's not a need to have. Your message is so much more important. So as soon as you know your message, if you really, really deepened it and uncovered all the layers of it. So this is not just about, writing one page with a few quotes that you explain. It's about more than that. Your vision is part of your message. Your mission is part of your message, because everything that you're creating when it comes to building your personal brand, if you go into that process, you're basically uncovering all the layers, and you're finding all these different words and phrases that make up your message. So you're looking at the message from a broad perspective. It is also your personal story and how it relates to the message that you want to share. But once you've done that and you know it, it becomes really easy to keep repeating that. So if you feel uninspired at some point, what you can do is simply tap into, what is my main message? What are the core beliefs that I would like to communicate, that I want people to know about or to take on? And what you could do is simply take one of these main beliefs and start sharing about that, because you got to trust that the content is already there inside of you. It is something that you've been doing for years. So you know your shit, you know your message. By communicating that, by repeating it again, it will just come effortlessly. It will flow naturally, the message. So sometimes it's also about trusting that everything that you've done in the past is enough to re-inspire. So you don't have to come up with something new, you don't have to make up new things. Actually, repetition is king. So I would definitely recommend that you, that's what you do, that you learn to repeat the message over and over again, so that even when you're not feeling it, you know that this message is gonna it's going to help and it's going to serve and it's going to inspire and it's going to do everything that it needs to do. Number 3, and this is a very powerful one if you ask me, and that is that you tune into the challenges that your audience has. These are the pain points, basically. And we're not doing that just to make them feel it even worse. We're doing that so that we're mentioning these pain points, these struggles that people go through, because that helps them to feel acknowledged. So tune into that. What is your audience struggling with? What is one of their biggest problems right now that they really need help with? Because when you're feeling their pain, when you're putting yourself in their shoes, that's so fucking powerful, because it will revive that need within you to help them, to serve them. Because you don't want people to be in pain or to struggle, especially if you know that you have a solution for them. Not just a solution to fix them, but to at least support them in their process. So if you feel that, if you're feeling their pain, if you're feeling their struggles, mention that in your content as well. And you're doing that because that creates a level of recognition. People love to feel that they belong. And when you are actually giving words to what they're experiencing on the inside, that makes them feel understood and like they're connected to you, and makes them feel like they belong, like they're not the only ones who are going through this. So yeah, tune into their challenges and everything that they're facing. And then allow yourself to feel inspired by that, in the sense that, you can help them with this. Let's go to number 4, the 4th way, and that is quite related to the previous one, is that you use your own shit as fuel. Funny thing is that the challenges that our clients face are often challenges that we've been through ourselves. So that's why usually it's quite easy to relate to your audience's pains and struggles. And chances are that these people are going through the same thing, or will be going through the same thing that you might still be going through. Now, I'm not saying that you're at the same level. I'm just saying that, you can use your own humanness and show them, I still go through it as well. I've just learned a number of strategies to help myself and serve myself in this situation. And that is by doing da 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 da. So this is something that will definitely help, is that you're using what you're going through. You're literally phrasing that. You're literally sharing about this. So that people can relate and see that, see that this is that it's okay, that even someone who's already building their personal brand, who is way ahead of them, who is so much more experienced, is also still feeling this. It really helps to establish a connection, to make people feel like, so I'm not just that sucker. Yeah, to create a level of relation that is so inspiring for people. And it helps you to actually use your inner struggle. So whatever that may be, whatever it is that you're currently experiencing, again, it helps you to change that, to transform that into fuel and into lessons for them. Now, I'm not saying use your own process as therapy. I want to be clear about that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that if, generally that what we teach is something that we have to learn ourselves. So if there's this ongoing challenge that you're going through, for example, anxiety or lack of confidence, then chances are that by now, if this is something that you teach, then you have built the strategies. You know how to build that confidence within yourself. But it's just really powerful that if you're having that moment of, if you're going through a moment of anxiety, or if you're going through a time where you're feeling a little bit more insecure, that you're using that and then applying all the strategies that you've taught yourself, applying that to yourself and sharing that honestly. So this is how you're using your own shit with all the strategies that you're also teaching. You're using yourself as an example to your audience. All right? So number 4 would be to use your own pain as fuel, because it's something that you've already proven that you can do over and over and over again. And then the final step, the final tip that I have for you is to actually take time. Take some time and let go of everything that you feel that you need to do. Let go of the idea that you need to be inspired now, that you need to use this time and this space because you've scheduled it. Let go of what you feel that needs to be here and simply trust that the energy and the inspiration will come when you have the space for it. In most cases, just trusting, letting go, not forcing anything is already something that gives so much expansion. The inspiration will come at the right time. I hope that this helps. Let me know in the comments or send me a message if you have some more questions about this. I would love to hear from you. And for now, I'm going to wish you a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening, and I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you're hungry for more, please check out my Brand Rebel app in the App or Play Store. It's very easy. Just type in Brand Rebel and you'll find it. It's free and it's fun. For now, have a magical day. Stay raw, stay real, stay rebelicious.